Okay. So the podcast industry is very much like any other industry. You got good seeds out there, bad seeds. You got people who are looking to be more popular for themselves, and people who are looking to deliver a message of positivity or of hope, of what keep having faith when you're in a hard time can do. I try to find my own avenue in it. I didn't want to do something everybody else did. So you guys have something very unique right here.
Thank you.
And I really admire it. Not just because y'all do the video thing too.
Yours is fire though too.
I appreciate that, man.
Big ups to you.
Thank you so much. But I try to find my own avenue. What can I provide to the world, so I'm not just in with the crowd? And all my listeners, I get a lot of feedback regularly. So I'll have people reach out to me, say, "Hey, man, I really enjoyed this story. Can you do another one like this?" And I say, "Okay." And I try to find somebody with a similar story. But a lot of times, I'm talking to a stranger. I just met him in passing in the military. I'm learning their story on the spot. Right. I have no idea who my guest is. I have no idea what they're. All I know is I used to give them the head nod in the hallway.
Right.
All
so
I
you
know
do a
is
lot of improv.
Yeah, all of it's just right off the dome.
Right.
It's all raw and authentic, and that's something that I try to provide personally.
It's a challenge to you too, though.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
It definitely is, because you never know when you're walking into a heavy episode.
Yeah, with that, and then you'll know who. Like some people are not as open. They're like they freeze up and
One word answers.
Exactly. Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
No. Yeah.
No.
So
I gotta go right now.
Like, yeah. Hold on. Let me take this real quick.
yeah, exactly. So
and that is also a different thing too, because a lot of people, not everybody knows how to be a guest on an episode,
No.
or not everybody even knows what a podcast is. Some
Right.
people think it's a chronological life story,
An interview almost like a
Yes, like interview.
question answer, question answer.
and that's what famous people are forced to do, and you can tell how uncomfortable it is. Because you'll see them on the stand right after the game. They're sweating, Russell they're sweating. God got us through this. He just has that pre-planned speech. What happens when you don't have those questions?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you guys are going to ask me. Everything's out. I'm just expressing myself, and you guys are asking me questions. That is what I think good podcasts can do. So that is something I admire about this platform you guys have right here. It's something I admire about all my favorites, because I try to spend my time ingesting new mental food.
right.
We talk about eating good food in the fitness industry. We don't talk about what we put up here. Are you listening to people who are being challenged by life? Are you listening to stories of people who made horrible mistakes? Shia LaBeouf, hearing him talk about the things he did, that was amazing. It inspired me.
Do it.
To want
Yeah,
to
do
bodybuild.
it.
That's why you chose bodybuilding.
I chose bodybuilding as it's just one of the series I do. So I have quite a few different ones. Bodybuilding is just one of the things I like to touch on, because I did it. I have some background in it, and there's a lot of great stories from people who were bullied for being fat over the years, and now they have the best body ever, and they feel better about themselves. And I love shining light on the direct correlation between how you feel when you look in the mirror and how you feel when you're not looking in the mirror. Because if you like what you see, no matter what that looks like to you as an individual, there's nothing better than that. I get excited when I hear Lizzo talk about her loving herself. I think that's great.
Yeah.
It ain't for me, to have health risks and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean I should be mad about how she looks or how
Right.
she feels. I'm happy that you feel how you want to be. And how great would it be if every single person looked in the mirror and was like, damn,
Yeah.
I look good, I feel good. When you look good, you feel good, you eat good, you work good, you fuck good. Everything's good. It's all about what you see in the mirror. And that's something that hair stylists do. They create that thing for somebody. So you're gifting somebody that missing piece. A good haircut can change everything.
Yeah.
A good physique can change everything. A brand new gun and going shooting with it can change everything. Knowing how to protect your family can change everything. When all these things kind of tie in together, and that's what. So like with the different series, I have one for fitness, and fitness isn't necessarily bodybuilding. That's just one of the forms of it. There's also CrossFit. There's yoga, meditation, mental fitness, emotional fitness. I have mental health is a series I've started. Mental health talks with professionals in the mental health industry. Service and sacrifice is a big one, because I'm having somebody share their military story and talk directly about the lessons, the transition out of it. And every time somebody else hears somebody else go through a tough time, they have now They have a tool belt, and they're just taking that new wrench or that new pair of channel locks. Yeah. And now I know how to. I might be able to fix these couple leaks I got in my sink of life. and it's not. You don't want to have that brown gunk pouring out. You want to be able to have clear, perfect water when you have a sink running.
Right.
So you have to have the pipes cleaned out with positive stuff. You got to weed out the bad seeds. You can't do that if you think you know it all.
Right.
So I'm actively learning from everybody, like sitting down and talking with you, or I go on your Instagram, I can see that you're creating art.
Yep.
And it's going to inspire other people. There's nothing like having a good DJ. I've too many
Me
times
got
had
some
a bad
stuff
DJ.
out. Me got some stuff out on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
What's going on, man? I didn't get the memo.
Eddie did a deep search. Eddie went all the way through the
went back to
archives
the
and
archives.
found the DJ Meek chops.
Hey man, I like to know who I'm